so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Do you know how much it costs? So many other things have been done with little or no money. These are what matters. And we have gotten more allies than ever. And I can tell you, today we have somebody who has access to president of a country. We have somebody who has access to president, and he can boldly stand out and speak on behalf of Biafra. We have a politician that can boldly. Let me tell you, Master Simon Ekpa is not the only Biafran politician in Europe. Master Simon Ekpa is not the only Biafran politician abroad. We have Biafran politicians in the US, in Canada, in Europe. But how many of them have that boldness? How many of them have that boldness to wear Biafra before them, to be identified as a Biafran and speak boldly for Biafra? How many? How many of them? How many Biafrans living abroad who are politicians, who are in politics, can boldly come out and talk about the case of Biafra and say stand? None of them. But today, we have somebody like our Prime Minister, who is a politician abroad, in Finland, who has won councillorship. And he is still there, fighting. He was able to make sure that the plight of Biafra becomes a project in Finland. She went to the extent of dragging the media of Finland into the issue of Biafra, and they talked about it in the country. Today, every Finnish man has a memory of Biafra, even though they were with us right from the first civil war. Some of us didn't know. Some of us didn't know that the first time we fought in 1967, when we fought the civil war, Finland was aware and they made contribution to Biafrans. In fact, Finland children skipped their meal. Finland children skipped their meal in order to send money to the children in Biafra who are suffering. And since then, there has not been any connection with them anymore. The gap has been very long. But today, that very friendliness, that very friendship, that very closeness has been fully activated by our spokesperson and the Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. And yet, you are not happy. Yet, you are not happy. You that is castigating him, attacking him, distracting us, what have you been able to bring to the table? What? What have you been able to bring to the table? You are not bringing the money. You are not bringing the idea. You are not bringing the connection. And yet, you are being a serious distraction. You want Biafran to listen to you. How? Do you think that Biafran people are daft? And it is so painful that most of the people who are doing this evil are Igbo Biafrans. I have said it time and time again. If you do not want to fight for Biafra, you don't want to be part of it, there is nothing wrong in that. You can quit. But do not fight against those who are genuinely pursuing the cause of Biafra. Don't. Do not engage in fighting those that are genuinely fighting for the cause of Biafra. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to get yourself involved in that? You don't have to. You don't have to. You must be steadfast. You must be sincere. You must be focused. Focused on the right thing. You must pay attention to the situation it's at hand. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody to drag you to the mud. No matter what the enemy throws at you from right, left, and center, you must stand your ground and continue to speak with confidence and continue to show the world whom you are and what you're made of. How long shall we continue to dance around and continue to give ourselves to blackmail, propaganda? How long shall we continue to give ourselves to deceit? How long shall we continue to give ourselves to all the distractions that is coming? The battle for the coming of Biafra is a battle that belongs to everybody in the old Southeastern region. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu carried it on his shoulder. It is not just about him. It is not just about his family. It is not about his own personal self. It is because of you, because of me, because of our future. But somebody took that upon his shoulder. And today, he is in the DSS, suffering because of you and I. He is in solitary confinement. Every of his rights have been stripped of him because of you. Do you think that if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wants to be free tomorrow, he will not? If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu decide he don't want to fight again, he wants to be free, he will. It's only to deny you and say he's no longer interested in your so-called Biafra. And he will be released. But as you can see, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is unbreakable. Unbreakable. The call that Chukwu Okigaba gave him, he knows why he was born. So many of us do not know the mystery that surrounds the birth of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You don't know the mystery that surrounds the birth of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He was born for this purpose. He was born for this purpose. He got educated, got a job. But Chukwu Okigaba told him, abandon that job, go and pick up my project. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was running a company. He has to abandon that company and focus on Biafra. And since then, he has never looked back. He has never looked back. In the same vein, his disciple, Master Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafran government in exile. Today, you see him carrying the burden of Biafra in his shoulders, abandoning his legal firm and everything he's doing, devoting all his time to Biafra. And yet, instead of you to appreciate him, what you do is to spend your time to demonize him and call him names. What a shame. What are you going to gain from that? What are you going to gain from calling him names? What are you going to gain from all the distraction? What are you trying to prove? Just like the people who are telling you that, who are going to show the Biafran government in exile office in the United States, that yeah, he's not yet occupied, he's still under lease. What do you have to gain for that? What do you tend to achieve? What do you tend to achieve? You only ended up in making yourself look stupid. The house is under lease. Did you call the owner and they told you that the people have not taken the house? Did you call and they tell you that the house has not been taken? Since all this while they proved that propaganda, if they had made a call and the owner of that very building told them that, look, oh, this house is not really, they would have announced it the following day. They would have announced it. But they put up the call. They put the call and they found out that the place is no longer for rent. It has been taken under renovation. Just as Master Simon Ekpa said, that is under renovation. But they were so fast and they ran out. They want to come and confuse people. They want to come and tell the people that they know everything. What do you know? What do you know? Why don't you spend your own time wisely? That thing you feel you know, that experience you feel you know, that wisdom and knowledge you feel that is overloaded in you, why don't you channel that wisdom on how to get Biafra from the hand of the enemy that is holding us strong? There is no law that says that you must join Master Simon Ekpa to fight for freedom. There's no law that says that. And there's no law that says that you must participate in this very struggle. No law that says that. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu at a stage, he began to pray for those who were born for this mission. That is his word. He said, those that are born for this mission, come out. That was what he said. If you know that you are born for this mission, come out. He was praying to Chukwuka to release those who are born for this mission to come and pick up the assignment. And what happened? People didn't listen. They thought it was a joke. And when Chukwuka came and answered that very prayer, those who were not born for the mission began to disappear. One of the many major people who was born for the mission is our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, the new Prime Minister of Biafra, government in exile. He was born for this mission. And on his appearance in this very struggle, many people disappeared. All hell break loose. Some people could not stand him face to face. They were so scared and terrified. They came with all manner of attack, propaganda, lies, and blackmail. But did they succeed? They never succeeded. And while they were blackmailing him and calling him, they didn't know that they were propelling him to the highest level. They were projecting him to the highest level. They were bringing him to the world to see. And the more they castigate him and call him name, the more he goes higher. The more people begin to recognize him, the more people begin to know about him. And the more people begin to ask questions about Biafra. Today, go and check the Zoological Republic media. Each time they want to make a serious discussion about Biafra, the only name that comes to their mouth is Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not for Mazi Simon Ekpa, I am telling you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been forgotten in the prison. But today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to trend, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not, there's never a time you will mention Mazi Simon Ekpa without mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why Mazi Simon Ekpa is not looking back in taking any step he wants to take. He doesn't need your approval. As long as Chukwuka permits him to say what he has to say, as long as the Biafran people are in line with him and supporting him, and they are giving him that mantle to go on, he will continue to take difficult decisions. Remember, he said it on his very first speech as the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile. He made that speech and he said that Biafrans should prepare, that difficult decisions will be taken, difficult steps will be taken, that every one of us should prepare for the days ahead. And let me tell you, those difficult days are coming, unfolding day after day. Day after day. It is not going to be easy. But at the end of the whole thing, we will have a cause to rejoice and glorify Chukwuka for giving us somebody like Mazi Simon Ekpa. The only thing we owe him today is support. The only thing we owe him today is our prayers. He is not asking you to pay him. He's not asking you to do anything to him or adore him or whatever. No. All he asks is legitimate support, prayerful support, moral support, listening to him and obeying words, follow instructions. If we can be able to do those, the sky will just be the beginning for all of us. If we can be able to do those, there is nothing on the planet Earth that will push us behind. Chukwuka will give us strength and make sure, help us to succeed. No matter what the enemy does, no matter the blackmail, the propaganda, no matter the attack that will come from east, west, north, and south, we shall overcome. Victory is assured. Victory is assured. Chukwuka, who started this work, will finish it. Chukwuka that started this job with us, will finish it, will bring it to an end. It is not by might, it is not by power, but by the Spirit of Chukwuka, everything will come in place. Stop focusing on the things you can see. There are so many things you cannot see, but they are possible in the eye of Chukwuka. There are so many things that are not visible to the eyes, but that doesn't mean they are not existing. They do exist. The only thing I beg every Biafran is to be prayerful, to have a good listening ears. Mind the people you listen to. Mind the rumors you hear. Mind the propaganda you follow. Stop reading unnecessary meaning into things that doesn't have any meaning. The only thing you owe this struggle today is your allegiance, your prayer, and your support. If you continue to dwell in blames, there are some people today in this struggle, all their own job is to make sure they find fault. You will never see them make a comment of legitimate contribution. The only thing they have to do is, anytime you see them make a comment, is fault, to find fault. Either they tell you you're not doing this one right, or you are doing this one wrong, or you are not doing this. That is what they do on a daily basis. There are some people, this is just the call they have chosen for themselves. There are so many people, that is the path they have chosen. To blame, to distract. Anytime they open their mouth to speak, it's either to complain of one thing or the other. How long will you continue on that path? And what will that lead you to? What will that lead you to? Every Biafran, wherever you are, we are supposed to focus on that which is right. We are supposed to focus on our freedom. Put your eye on the ball. Put your eyes on the ball. Don't be a distractor. Don't be a distractor. We must not all contribute to the Biafran struggle. We must not all be in the war front. In fact, we must not all participate. That is how the world works. But if you know your area of call, if you know that your own area, please, I beg you in the name of Chukwukaba, focus on it. Focus on it. The pursuit of Biafra. Every single one of us say we want freedom, we want freedom, we want freedom, we want freedom. It doesn't matter who brings that freedom. It doesn't matter. If you feel that the auto-piloted IPOB led by our new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, Master Simon Ekpa, you feel that those who are following him, that those of us following him, we are not doing it right. No problem. No problem. All you have to do is to go your own way, establish your own name, call it whatever you want to call it, and begin to pursue Biafra in your own way. Don't demonize him. Don't fight your brother. Don't fight your sister. If you feel that you are not satisfied with the way your brother is doing, maybe he's running too, his speed is so much for you to follow. Maybe he's so slow, and you have a better way you think that you're going to make it and Biafra will come. Go ahead and do that. That was the instruction given by Mazen Nandekan. If you know how to bring Biafra, go ahead, bring it. And Master Simon Ekpa in his own word has added and say, if you can be able to get Biafra in your own dimension, go ahead and bring Biafra. When you bring it, we are going to join you in Biafra land. We are not running away. What we want is Biafra. Whoever brings it doesn't matter to us. However it comes, it doesn't matter to us. If you know how to do it, go ahead and bring it. If you bring it, we will meet you in Biafra. And we are pursuing our own direction in our own way that we know is legitimate, and we're going to get it. If we happen to get it before, if you get it before us, we will join you in Biafra. But if we happen to get it before you, you will equally join us in Biafra. And in Biafra land, your work will speak for you. For everything you have done in the course of pursuit of Biafra, the Biafran court will be there to judge and to pass judgment for every actions that you have taken in the course of pursuit of Biafra. Every action any man or woman have taken in the course of pursuit of Biafra, you will face the judgment. You will be judged for that. You will answer questions regarding that. And that is absolute. You can't escape that. So the only thing that matters to us today is Biafra. How do we get it? How do we get Biafra? That is our concern. Every other thing you want to talk about, we don't care. We don't care. What we care about is Biafra, how to get it. Whoever gets it, doesn't matter. How you get it doesn't matter, but we want to get Biafra. We want to have a free nation, a place where we can dwell. And today, I am happy, I am proud to be part of the auto-piloted IPOB that is genuinely and sincerely pursuing the cause of Biafra. And today, finally, we have succeeded in activating fully Biafran Republic government in exile to pursue our diplomatic discussions, to do our diplomatic lobbying, to continue to make our extend our diplomatic hands to every other person out there, every other government out there. Because as you know, we are talking of a country, not just an organization. We are talking about a country, not an organization. And as a country, it is only now that we have Biafran government in exile that we can be able to discuss with other countries as a country. This is the only time we can be able to discuss with other countries also. It can no longer be business as usual. You're welcome, my brother Solomon. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. It can no longer be business as usual. This is the only time we can have a concrete discussion and concrete agreement. This is the time we can discuss boldly with other countries. This is the time we can approach countries. We approach countries and talk as a country, speak as a country. Our prime minister can be able to approach countries and discuss with them, have arrangement, have negotiation with countries, build strong allies, make friends. And after seeing all these things, I see no reason why a Biafran should not be happy how far we have gotten. The success that has been achieved within the space of 2 years. Within 2 years, what have been achieved? I can tell you, it is something that people will not be able to achieve for years. This is something that people have not been able to achieve for years. We achieve it in less than 2 years. And that is why some of them are mad. That is why some of them cannot bear it. That is some of them cannot control themselves. Some of them cannot be controlled. They cannot be able to bear it out of shame, envy, and jealousy. That is why you see them when they speak out of anger. When they speak out of jealousy. You will see the jealousy written all over them. When they speak out of envy. Instead of saying anything that matters, they will be speaking ignorantly, and you will see them exposing themselves. Every Biafran, we must have to stand out. Our Supreme Amazon can have done a great job for you and I. Our Supreme Amazon can have fought a strong battle for you and I. He has given his